All right, let's get right into it. We're about to break down all the lessons about money that they will never teach you in school. These are the unwritten rules, the ones that are kind of provocative, even counterintuitive, but they're the ones that secretly decide how real wealth is made.
And we're going to start with this huge paradox. If you've spent your entire life trying to get more money, you've actually been chasing the wrong thing. Seriously, this one idea is the key to the whole game. So if it's not about money, what is it about?
It's about three things: control, timing, and perception. You see, the whole system that we're taught, the spreadsheets, the business plans, the 9 to 5 grind, it's all a framework designed to make us work for money. It's not designed to teach us how to own it, and definitely not how to command it.
So, you ready? Let's crack open the playbook they really don't want you to see. This is where we separate what they teach you in class from how the game is actually played and won in the real world.
And right away, you can see this massive disconnect. In school, it's all about the mechanics, right? Spreadsheets, calculating ROI, management theory. But out here, in the real world, money flows toward completely different things: perception, leverage, and control. And leverage isn't just about borrowing money. It's using your network, your reputation, to get huge results from a tiny effort. This is why so many A students end up working for C students.
And here it is. This is the fundamental truth that will never, ever be printed in a textbook. So the bottom line is, if you want to understand wealth, you have to stop studying logic and start studying power. It's like learning a whole new language.
Okay, so let's build on that. Our first big lesson here gets really interesting because it's not about what something is actually worth, it's about what people believe it's worth.
We've all heard this a million times, right? Just provide value. But honestly, at the very top of the food chain, that is just not the main thing. Billionaires aren't always creating the most value for society. They're absolute masters at creating and selling a brand, a story, a perception of status. I mean, think about it. Why does a handbag with a fancy logo sell for thousands of dollars, while a genius life-saving invention might struggle to get a single dollar in funding? It's because the handbag isn't selling a way to carry your stuff. It's selling a story, a feeling, an identity. That story, that's where the real money is. And this leads us to a pretty uncomfortable question, doesn't it? If the rules are all about perception and not pure value, it kind of suggests the playing field isn't exactly level. Well, the truth is it's not just unleveled, the whole game is designed to be asymmetrical. Think about this for a second. The right phone call to the right person can get more done in 5 minutes than an entire year of sending out cold emails. That is a massive, massive shortcut. Or what about this one? A single piece of legislation, one little tax loophole, can create more wealth literally overnight than a decade of grinding it out, working 80 hours a week. It's about playing the system, not just working in it. And finally, the big one. Being in the right room for one single insider deal makes that 1,000-hour pitch deck you slaved over look, well, completely pointless. Access and information are the real currencies. They don't teach you these shortcuts in school because the system is designed to sell you the long, hard, expensive path. So if hard work isn't the key, then what is? Let's talk about the real assets the wealthy use, the ones that aren't listed on any balance sheet but are infinitely more powerful. Okay, this is so critical. You have to get this. It's not about working harder. It's about understanding market cycles that are driven by pure human emotion, fear, and greed. The goal isn't to build something for 40 years. The goal is to be in the right place to harvest the emotional energy of the crowd. And the strategy is brutally simple, at least in theory. You get in before anyone is paying attention, before the hype train leaves the station. And then you get out when everyone is euphoric, right before it all comes crashing down. You see, they're playing the player, not the game itself. All right, next up, debt. We are taught to be terrified of debt, to view it as a liability. But for the wealthy, it is one of the most powerful weapons they have. It's a tool they use to buy things that make them money, using somebody else's money. And here's how the trick works. First, they borrow money to buy assets, like real estate or a business. Then, inflation starts to kick in, which makes the money they borrowed worth less and less. So the debt basically just melts away over time, while the asset they bought goes up in value. And all the while, that asset is just pumping out cash for them. You see the difference? Your debt is designed to be a cage. Their debt is designed to be a key. And the last of these intangible assets, reputation. Now, in business school, they teach you about branding and image, but the elite knows something deeper. A powerful reputation isn't just about being liked, it's a tool, it's leverage. It gets them better deals, it attracts investors, it can even influence judges. It's not personal, it's profitable.
Okay, now we're at the final lesson. And this might be the most important secret of them all. This is the end game. This is what separates the truly wealthy from, well, pretty much everyone else. From the time we're kids, we're taught that the goal is ownership. Own a house, own a car, own a business. That's the dream they sell us. But the real goal, the one taught to the children of the elite, is control. The richest people in the world don't actually own very much in their own name. So how do they do that? Well, they use a whole web of legal structures. They control assets through complex trusts, they hide ownership using shell corporations, and they wield power just through pure influence. See, ownership makes you a target. It comes with liabilities. Control gives you all of the benefits with none of the exposure. They are taught to be invisible. So let's bring this all home. Here's the truth of it. If you've been looking at money as the goal, you've been looking at a reflection in a mirror. Money isn't a thing, it's just a mirror. And it reflects the underlying systems of power, which are all based on influence and control, not on how productive you are.
This right here, this is the real curriculum, the one you will never ever find on a syllabus. Forget studying financial statements. The real students of wealth study central banks. They study politics, they study public opinion. They're asking who makes the rules, who wins from those rules, and who takes the fall when it all goes wrong. So the final takeaway is this. The whole system is designed to keep you focused on your paycheck, on your salary, on your income. It's designed to keep you running on the treadmill. But real generational wealth isn't found on a W-2 form. It's built quietly, behind the scenes, using the hidden levers of timing, control, and the power of a really good story. So the only question left to ask is, which game are you playing?